0, sometimes 7. Most I've traded, usually it's 4. I'm usually going 3 for 4 every day, or sometimes 2 for 2. Sometimes I quit. I go 1 and 1. I trade the NQ futures, yeah. Do I watch MMA? Of course. Who doesn't? That was a sham. He rolled into that fight. McGregor, he's already injured. He did it for the money. He stole money. That dude should be excommunicated from this. From, you know what? And he was never any good. My son liked him. He won 2 championships. The guy was a one-hit wonder. He's an overrated. He's terrible. McGregor stinks. My favorite fighter of all time. What was that guy's name? He was out of his mind. Chuck Liddell. Chuck Liddell. That dude was just a man. That guy. You guys remember Chuck Liddell? I remember when MMA got started. It was Hoist Gracie taking people down and breaking legs. Back when Ken Shamrock was rocking. Sup, y'all? So you guys on TikTok, you guys down in the dungeon, right? You see how this is how you trade? You see? There's no secret to it. Either you know what you're doing, or you don't know what you're doing. I know what I'm doing. That's why the Oracle trade at 180, 135. You give it a shot. Did I know it was going to go to VWAP? No. But I know I could buy $135 stock risking 33 cents. Trying to shake me out. I don't get shook out. If I would have had to lose, you know what? If it would have broke 135, and I was saying if it would have went under 135 and then came right back and faux showed, I would have bought it immediately again. Chuck Liddell was a scary man. You're broke to have 100%. I don't know what that means. Depth of market, no, but close. True. Now, all we're looking at on the screens, 100% win rate this year on one specific trade. I have a 100% win rate. Yeah, but it's regard. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I could have a 100% win rate, and I'm sure people will fuck it up because they get nervous. Like this trade on Oracle. I'm sure people didn't make money on it, but I have a 100% win rate on a very specific trade. It's called the 1-minute multi-day VWAP earnings reversal. Hasn't failed in 4 years. Not just this year. We haven't had one loss. By the way, speaking of not losing, CBRS. There it is. So there's the trade right there. This trade has worked for us every time it's shown up this year. It's called the Faux Show Bro 1-minute multi-day VWAP reversal. You guys see it right here? Stock breaks a new low, breaks over VWAP, and then look at that wonderful consolidation. But once you consolidated prior day VWAP, now you got yourself the 1-minute multi-day VWAP break. You're already on your way to a profitable trade. But when it's an earnings report, I'm on every day. Oh, I do my own live show. I usually don't stay on TikTok this long, but I'm just hanging out, you know. But I've been doing this live. This will be my 20th anniversary with my gay lover of VWAP, Solid Steel. It's going to be our 20-year anniversary. What do you want for your anniversary? How about a T-shirt? Want a fake Rolex? I get you. What do you want? It's our 20-year anniversary. I got to get you something nice. What do you want? I've been with my partner for 20 years. Yes, in a gay way. We're gay for VWAP. Is this Dom? I don't know. That's a private question. Dom? No, I'm a submissive. What? Or footprint? I don't know about footprints. I know there's a story about the Lord carrying you and his footprint. I don't know about footprints. Know that thing? Oracle, can I explain that trade? Yes. What do you think about people saying trading is just gambling? They're losers. But if you Google me, I had to defend myself. In 1997, I was on TV and they tried to make me out as a degenerate gambler, right? So we are. If you're putting money at risk and you don't know the result, officially it's gambling. But all of it, right, is calculated gambling with an edge. So if you use an edge, I like to equate what we do as we walk into a casino, and because we're so good looking, the pit boss says, "Hey, you with the face," me, and the pit boss calls you over, right? And he says, "Hey, I like your face. You see that table over there? That roulette table for the next half an hour, the only numbers they're going to hit are 12 and 36." And then you look at him and he's like, "What are you standing around? What are you doing?" "Well, what should I do?" "Go to that table and bet 12 and 36, you idiot." And then a half an hour later, you've hit those numbers and you're taking your $100 and you're up $2,000. And then the pit boss comes over to you and he's like, "What are you still doing here?" "Well, you told me there's the numbers." "Yeah, but it's been 40 minutes. I told you for a half an hour these numbers were going to hit. It's 40 minutes. Haven't you noticed you've lost the last two spins?" Oh, that's trading. So there's rules, and then there's volume weighted average price, institutional order flow, algorithmic trading. When you do that, it takes the gambling part. It's still gambling, right? Because you don't know what's going to happen, but it gives you an advantage. And that's all this is. You try to take an advantage and use your advantage as best as you can. And when that advantage still doesn't work, you take loss. And that's what separates traders from good traders and bad traders. You're allowed to take loss. For instance, if I would have had to lose on the Oracle trade, right? Or that other trade. Remember the other trade we were in? SKHY, right? Remember when it pivoted down and it didn't break VWAP? And we said, "Oh, good thing it didn't break VWAP, or we would have to sell." And it didn't break VWAP. And then it starts to go back up, so we traded it. It's the same thing with the Oracle trade. If it would have broke 135, I would have been forced to sell for a small loss. But guess what, Jimmy? It didn't break 135. So how's your psychology with scalping? How do you deal with that? There is no psychology, right? All you do is trade price. That instills the discipline in you. So when you're trading, right, everybody talks about psychology. This type of trading, it instills the discipline and the proper psychology and the risk reward all into one thing. If you trade like an algorithm, there is no psychology left. If the stock breaks 135, I will sell it. If I'm in the stock at 135.50 and it goes to 136, I will sell 20% of my position. I will raise my stop to break even. If the stock goes up another 50 cents, I will sell 10% more of my position, raise my stop to the prior price that I've sold. If it breaks the prior price that I sold, I will sell the entire position. And that's it. Every trade is exactly the same. What do I recommend to undercapitalized traders? Call me. I'll give you the money that you need to become a trader. That's a lie, but I'll give you something. I'll give you the education you need, and then just learn. Inevitably, it's a learning process, and then you start small and you build from there. But it's very difficult to trade with $100. So there's all these people that say, "I started with $100. I started with $100 and I made $18 million. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. You started with $100 and you lost $100, and then you made a video about how you made all this money, and you're lying. No, my daily, we call it the daily symposium. This is it. For 4 hours a day, 4 hours a day, I sit and I talk to my people, and we find trades. That's it. That's all we do. And sometimes they work. Sorry. Most of the time they work, and when they don't, we get out. And that's it. That's this. It's the same day over and over and over again. That's why we're still in the Oracle trade, right? Look, you don't want to sell the rest of it at a lower price, but again, now you're down to the last lot. You've sold some at here. You sold some at VWAP. Here you're expecting to get paid a lot more, but this day is kind of squadushy. We're going sideways with a little bearish tint to the day. So let's talk about baseball cards. I don't know. Look what I got. I pulled a gold refractor George Brett from a 2025 Topps Chrome Platinum set. Come on. I've already traded this for a 1977 Willie Randolph autograph card. That's what I do in my side. That's my side business. I trade baseball cards. I trade millions of dollars worth of stock, and then I make deals for $3. It's so much fun. But seriously, I just go on message boards for the rest of the day, and I trade baseball cards. I just picked up a. You guys like Joe Namath? You better. Darryl Strawberry, nice. If you like Darryl Strawberry, you'll love this card. Let's get freaky now. Remember the Strawberry rookie card? 1984. Gem Mint. Ron Darling. Traded set. Huh? You like that? I also picked up a Bobby Mercer rookie card. Nice. But I'm loving today because we're all just hanging out. We made money. Have I used the edge of light, Wall Street like quant? Yes. What time do you get on, and how do I get the trades to see what you do? Email me right now. I haven't even said that yet. Email me at kennyglick@aol.com. And then you don't have to wait for me to come on YouTube or TikTok, right? Nobody's better than me on TikTok, by the way. #1 trader on TikTok. Owner the best. The greatest people. But I broadcast on my own website for 4 hours a day. Normally I shut all this stuff off, but we're just hanging out today, getting ready for earnings. That trade that never fails, yeah, it's coming. But right now we're 3 for 3, 100% win rate. If that matters to you, it doesn't matter. Win rates are bullshit. Track records are bullshit. This whole industry is bullshit. If you haven't heard, either you know what you're doing or you don't. It's really that comes down to it. And the reason that we're so good at what we do is that we've cut through the 98% of shit that is bullshit. And now we do what works and only do that. That's price action trading around volume weighted average price and institutional order flow algorithmic trading. And that's it. It's all you do. What do I think of SpaceX? I don't think. But I know one thing. If it breaks 137.56, it's going to 135. But right now, it's hanging in there. So what I think of SpaceX is I'm going to go back and check it at least 16 more times today. And if it starts to break over the 140.33, which was the high of the day earlier where it tried to rally, which now has become the VWAP, and now you'll have a range break and a VWAP break, which would be a really, really, really significant time to buy it. But before we go any further, do you remember where we sold SKHY? You guys have been with me live this whole time, right? Where did we sell Sky? Right? 157.50, 160. Almost sold at 162.50, sold some at 160, and then the rest where? 158.40. Remember that price? Sorry, 159.40. Remember that? Remember selling the rest of 159.40? Thoughts on Fibonacci? I love that guy. He makes a stuffed shell. I don't know what he puts in there, but this Fibonacci guy, whoa, incredible stuffed shells. You've got Fibonacci stuffed shells. There's something in the ragut. I don't know what's going on in there, but I can't just eat like 5 of them. I wanted to eat like 10, 15 of these things. I'm feeling disgusting afterwards. But, ooh, Fibonacci stuffed shells at Uncle Giuseppe's. Oh, Maro. Yes, SpaceX probably going to 135 and then 0. But that's over a longer period of time. I'm just talking about today. But I just want to pat myself on the back. Actually, can you guys give me a pat in the back? I think everybody needs me that pat. Let me raise your hand if you know why we sold Skynet at 159.40. Now pat yourself on the back. Remember when I said, well, I'm disappointed selling it here, but if it drops 5 points after I sell it, then I won't be disappointed. How about that? How about that? How about not being in the stock, watching it plummet now, laughing your ass off because you sold it at 159.40? How about that? How about that trade? How about that trade? How about that trade exemplifying as a microcosm of every trade you're ever going to take? You're never going to sell all of it at one price, and you're not going to top tick your way out of a name. I was 30 cents away from selling my last 100. Well, I wouldn't have sold it all, but I would have sold 50 more shares at 162.50. But I wound up selling the whole thing on the rollover because it broke the price. I didn't want to see it breaking. And I'm out. Now look at the trade. Come on now. That's trading. That's why finding winning trades, any stock you pick right now could be a winning trade. Go ahead, name a symbol. Watch. Any symbol right now. Step right up. I got nothing going on, right? We just top ticked our way out of this stock. I'm good for the week now. That's a sick trade now. And I wish I'd have been shorting it. But I'm not that savvy today. Any stock, anytime, anyone. Okay. Taking questions. Q&A. DRAM. Everybody loves the DRAM, right? You're about to sell it. Right? Everybody loves the DRAM, right? Because that has been the hottest sector in the world. You know what happens when you chase the hot sector? You get annihilated, right? Where's this thing down from? Oh, it's only down 40%, but it looks like it's going lower, right? And how do I know it's going lower? Because it's about to flirt with the price where it held. If it doesn't hold here, it's going to go here. So $46, right? So now you look at it on the daily or today, you got blow off top, rollovers, and now you're trading back to the VWAP. So if it doesn't hold this price, it's going lower. On the big picture, it looks terrible as well. This is my own program. AMD, let me see AMD. AMD, and again, mostly I talk about day trading. AMD, sell it. You had a chance to sell it today, but it was an amazing buy. There's the fake out shakeout. There's a VWAP break. 134 gets you back up to 147. Phenomenal trade. Wish I was watching. If your symbol has 5 letters, it's a scam. Next CF. I will go ahead and say this is some sort of pump and dump. NEXCF. I don't even have to look. NEXCF. NEXCF. I can't even pull it up. What'd I tell you? It's garbage. Get rid of it. Whoever told you to buy it, they're trying to scam you into something. Any stock with 5 letters, scam. Don't buy it. By the way, if that's what you're trading, I'll say this affectionately. Good luck. That's like trading forex. What are you? The one person traded the stock? There's what do you got? I could buy the entire stock for $8. So let's do some math together. You got 6,600 shares trading on a 9-cent stock for the day. For the day. Wait a minute. Next Tech 3D AI Corp. You think they're trying to? Why don't you put a .com at the end of that too? Mr. Jones, this is the next best thing. It's called Next Tech 3D. It's AI, but 3D and .com, and they make dildos. Pick up 10,000 shares, Mr. Jones. 6,600 shares traded at a cost of 9 cents. Let me do the math here. I don't do math well in my head. What is that? What are you? $4 going on? What is that? 6,600 multiplied by 9 cents. You have a grand total of $600 trading on this stock. Total for the day. Good luck. You might as well just, if you're trading stocks like NextCF, why don't you just send me 90% of the money that you're about to lose? I'll kick you in the nuts and we'll call it even. But yeah, most of the time, if your stock has 5 symbols, 5 letters in the ticker, it's a loser. Garbage. So anyway, if you've enjoyed these last 3 to 4 hours together, and I know you have, I would call me. I would email me, KennyGlick@AOL.com. Stop what you're doing right now. Stop trading penny stocks. Stop listening to your dumb uncle or your cousin that thinks he knows what he's talking about. I am the internet's #1 trader. There isn't a second place. So if there was, it's named, yeah, he's number 1A. He's my partner. He works with me. But if you want to learn how to trade, there's what works, and then there's everything else. The only way to survive this game right now, I am a sports card collector investor. I am. What can I get you? I picked up a Cam Schlittner rookie card, white chrome. Look how nice. I picked up the pink sparkle because I'm gay for Cam Schlittner. It's all right to be gay for something. Remember, you're not gay if you don't push back. My contact number, my contact email is Kenny Glick. That would be me. Google me when you get a chance later. It's fun. KennyGlick@AOL.com. I've been trading since 1993. Then again, I've been trading since the womb because my dad was an investor / trader. How about this? The Gorman Thomas insert heritage. The original Dream Team set, which one do you have? The one put out by Nike? It depends. Skybox? Do I have a Pete Rose? Oh, I got a Pete Rose. You want to see something cool? You want to see something cool? But wait, before we go any further, wait a minute. If you have, it depends. There was a couple of things they put out, right? Skybox, right? And also depends if you have all 30 cards. But they're not. If they're rated, if they're not rated, the PSA industry has ruined everything, right? I have a Pete Rose. Yeah, I got a 1964 Pete Rose. I don't have a rookie. I sold it. I never bought another one, but I got something better. I hung out with Pete Rose unzoom this? Nobody needs to see this. Oh, man. How do I unzoom? Oh, we're screwed now. Oh, there you go. Woo. Yeah, I hung out with Pete Rose. I worked at the show. I used to work at the baseball card shows. So me and Pete Rose are hanging out. And he's a weird dude. Very weird guy. He was a weird dude. I hung out with a lot of players. I hung out with George Brett. He was drunk. George Brett has an alcohol problem. That dude was drinking at 9 o'clock in the morning. You could smell it on him, George Brett. But hell of a guy. You know who the nicest guy I ever met in my entire life was in the baseball card world? John Franco from the Mets. Hung out with him for like 8 hours. He was hilarious. He was ripping on people. He was a funny guy. You know who else was awesome? Phil Rizzuto. Pete Rose is dead, yeah. But yeah, I collect a lot of stuff. I collect Grateful Dead art. Just pick that up. That was when I was in the record industry. I've got a platinum record to my name. How many of your stock market influencers can say they were in the record industry and put out 3 platinum records? Yeah. I was in the record industry. I hung out with Puffy and Biggie before they were big. Arista Records. 1992 in the house. Biggie. Bump, 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 bump. I think we got to go. I think we just play it out. Solid. To play us out? What do you want to do today? You hanging out with us? You want to get on? I just got stopped out of Oracle. Well, now I got nothing going on. It's over. The Oracle trade's over. We finally get out of it. There's no words on it. Biggie. Bump, 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 bump. No, I worked in the sales department. Biggie. Bump, 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 bump. What song is that now? Bump, bump, bump. Is that Juicy or Hypnotize? Yeah. It was all a dream. No, wrong song. No, Big Papa. No, Hypnotize. Bump, 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 bump. Wow, I'm having a brain fart right now. What Biggie song is that? Biggie. Dun, 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 dun. Kick in the door. There it is. Now I know, man. Kick in the door. The best of all. So when this video was done, right, I was called into a room. This is how it went. Hey, white guy, come here. Me? And I got to listen to Kick in the Door, and they showed me a video with them on the boat, and they wanted a white guy's opinion, I guess. I was the only white guy in the room at the time. And they were like, all right, bye-bye. And I was like, I think I just did something. And then little did I know that Puffy was standing right there. And then Biggie was wandering around. And the only person I got to meet was Craig Mack.
It was cool, but my shit more John Blaze than that. Goes out to you.
Ooh, this shit still does it, man. Biggie.
This goes out to you, you, Biggie, you. This goes out to you. This goes out to you. This goes out to you. Your reign on the top was short like leprechauns as I crushed so cold Willie's thugs and Rapadon. Get in that ass, kick fast like Ramadan. It's that rap phenomenon.
All right, so listen, I'm going to go now. Flavor in your ear. Yeah, do you know why Craig Mack didn't make it? Do you know why Craig Mack didn't make it? This guy should have been huge. You know why he didn't make it? You know what the secret was? That the reason he didn't make it as an artist? It's sad. You know why he didn't make it? Anybody know? Craig Mack? You know why he didn't make it as an artist? It wasn't the song.
And if you didn't know who's right, I guess I'm gonna say Craig Mack with perfect time.
I'll tell you why he didn't make it. He was ugly. Society sucks. The guy's banging out some good music right there, but the thing about him, they were having a hard time promoting him because he was so damn ugly. I know. Sucks for Craig Mack, right? Because he was a nice guy. I met him. But he was an ugly motherfucker. And they couldn't promote him. He didn't look good on camera. And that's how it went down. But I'll tell you where I was. I was at Arista Records, and I'll play us out to this, and then you're going to have the comedy stylings of my friend who is gay for VWAP. Because if you don't know this song, then we can't be friends. The Notorious. Speaking of Notorious, right? Hang on a second. Wait for it. Wait for it. Uh-oh. What did I do? Oh, what did I do? I just got banned from TikTok. What did I do? Did I use a bad word? No. I know that only a bot is reading this appeal. Period. If a human being was just listening to my video, I didn't say anything that constitutes bullying or even bad words. You need to do a better job. And that's how we'll leave it. TikTok is a cesspool of vileness, but I'm the one who gets banned every 3 days. All right, man. It hasn't been any other trades other than the Skynet and the Oracle trade. So on that note, it's been a nice day. It would have been nicer if Oracle went up another $1, but it didn't. All right. You guys have a great rest of the afternoon. I think we just conjured up our spirit animal. See if he's still around. And we'll be out of here. Yo, I'll see you guys soon. All right. Hit me up. Come to the website. Later.